Hi, my name is Val. I work for a digital transformation agency called Mighty Citizen, and my role at the agency is Director of Project Management. And in reviewing Float, I would give Float a 4-star review. So prior to using Float, we really relied a lot on spreadsheets and on our project management tool, which is called Teamwork, to try to get to the basis of resourcing for our projects, but ran into a lot of issues with, having to shift resources between projects and that not being an easy solution when you're talking about using a spreadsheet. So that's when we started really looking at other tools and seriously considering the other softwares that were out there and available, and ended up deciding that Float was going to be the best to meet our needs. We selected Float because it is really user-friendly. It's easy to use. We can switch projects from team member to team member easily. We can switch tasks from team member to team member easily. And overall, it's a really user-friendly way to see just the way that the visual is. It makes it easy to see who is on what project for what amount of time, and where those calendars might be overlapping. I think the onboarding and integration process for Float was really easy, but it is a manual process because it doesn't integrate with our project management software, which is Teamwork. And so it was a manual process of going through and adding each task for team members across a certain amount of time. So in general, Float is really easy to use. It's really a drag and drop click kind of situation for being able to resource projects. But overall, it is manual. It's something that you have to put in by hand. It has some human need there to be able to set it up correctly. If you're considering Float, I would look at the user friendliness of it. The cost is not extravagant compared to some of the other tools that are out there. So expense wise, it's friendly just to have the features to be able to, drag and drop and move resourcing across projects easily, and seeing it on a project by project, team member by team member basis across a timeline. I would say one thing to consider is what you're using to do your project management. Elsewhere, other softwares, Teamwork does not integrate with Float, so it's a manual process to keep it updated each time a project shifts. There are some Float integrations, but I personally don't use them at the moment. So that's just something to keep in mind. Do you have the resources available to keep it up to date, to make sure that that data is always going to be usable and in a good way for your team to stay up to date?